back with another episode of the AWOL podcast. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Thank you everybody for being here, for watching this video. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that been rocking with me so far. This is episode 45, another solo joint. It's been a minute. Pardon my voice. I had a crazy debate today at work. Yeah, good debate though. Won't see the light of day because the way this world is right now, you can't simply just talk about stuff with people with the fear of, oh, you're this, or you're that, or how dare you? You know what I mean? It's like, come on. This is how we get through stuff. It's talking about it without the fear of being labeled something. But anyway, it was a good debate with me and my two other homies. And I got a little cold over the weekend. I almost thought it was the Rona, but I don't know if it was or wasn't. I didn't get tested. I've been quarantined, right? But I'll tell you what though, if it was the Rona, I hate that shit. I hate it. You already know. Anyway, so yes, thank you for being here, and I would start off with thank you for rocking with me, right, to this point, and also please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share the episode if you could. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. I know when I started this, I was like, I'll never say that, right? Like, that's corny. I'm gonna just do whatever. But you know what? Shout out to my last guest, episode 44, my homie Kiefer. Go check out his channel, like, share, subscribe to his joint. Does hip hop reaction videos. Shit is fire. Go show him some love, please, on my behalf. Tell him AWOL podcast sent you in the comments. You know what I mean? Do that. That'll be dope. Go to Kiefer. Go to episode 44 on this. His link tree is there. Find all his shit. He on Discord, Instagram, hip hop reaction, does interviews, online gaming, a whole bunch of stuff. Go check him out. Also, he's trying to do something on the episode we talked about it where he has a Cash App where he's taking donations, and he has a box filled with spare computer parts where he's trying to build a computer and give it away to somebody that can't afford it. A kid that can't afford a computer, here you go. You get a free PC that works well. So I'm like, that's a dope idea. I'm going to get in on that with him. Hopefully I can ask y'all. I ain't set it up yet, but I'm going to start like a PayPal, a Cash App or something where we can do that. So go check out that episode. And like I said, I didn't say to like, share, subscribe at first, because I was like, I'm not begging, or I was a little ego trip. Also, because I mean, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. There's no hard feelings on my side. If you rock with the podcast, you do, and if you don't, that's cool. Like, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not here like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm gonna still do it, and I appreciate y'all that are here. And so, but now I'm thinking I got my own stuff that I want to do for like a good cause. And I'm like, I did it before, but how can I make it on a bigger scale? And I was like, if I could get donations, the better. And it's pure transparency. I would show you. I'll put it up. I'll put the PayPal up and tell you every dollar I got. Like, I don't even care. If I got $20, I'm going to tell you I got $20. And I have receipts for the $20 of what I did and where the money went to. And I have a plan that I want to do. Like Dead Press said, plan your work, work your plan. I'm still planning my work. So give me a second. I'm going to set that up. But the more the people that see this podcast, the more chances I have of getting donations. And the more donations I get, the bigger my help could be for the plan that I want to set in motion. So yeah, just please like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You never know which episode. I know we talk a lot of funny stuff here. We crack jokes. It's mainly all laughter. And sometimes we get into real stuff. You know what I mean? But it's a cool place to be at. It's cool in this room. There's no judgment in this room. You know what I mean? So, but I do want to do something with it. I'm not trying to buy a Lambo with it. You know what I mean? So it'll be full transparency on where the money goes. Stay tuned for that, but do all that like, share, subscribe stuff. It's greatly appreciated. Now, moving on. This might be a quick one, or maybe not. I noticed recently, for months now though, I've been on this for a while, which is critical race theory. But lately I've been noticing little by little, it's been creeping up on social media. It's been creeping up on Google News. And I'm like, oh, this is becoming a thing, like a lot. Wall Street Journal, CNN, Fox News, The Atlantic, everything. It's like GOP. Everybody's talking about critical race theory. And I'm like, oh, we went from Trump to, the Rona, to now kind of figured that out here or there. And bang, critical race theory. And for those that don't know, I'm reading it off of Wikipedia just so I don't get all my facts confused, right? Because it's a lot. But critical race theory is pretty much, it was like I'm going to just read it. It's an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to critically examine U.S. law as it intersects with issues of race in the U.S. and to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. CRT, critical race theory, examines social, cultural, and legal issues as they relate to race and racism in the United States, and more recently in the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. Right now, a lot of people find this a little weird because in critical race theory, right, it almost, what was his name? Derek Bell, who wrote the book, Faces in the Bottom of the Well. Hold on. Damn, I should have had this ready, right? But I'm going off top here. Coming off top. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Derek Bell wrote the book. And this was like in the 70s. Hold on. Early 1980s. Students approaches back to racial diversity curriculum among the students. Damn, what year was... I know it sounds like I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. Anyway, Derek Bell wrote a book. I think it was called Faces in the Well. I'm not... Whatever. I'm probably wrong. In the 70s. And it examined race and almost kind of... It's open to interpretation, but kind of makes it seem that racism will never be eradicated. Like this country it's been here and it'll always be here. I don't know. I have my views and my points is that yes, this country was built on racist systems, right? That's inevitable. This ain't the point of what we're arguing. Because if we're arguing that that's not a fact, then CRT, critical race theory, is beyond comprehension or beyond debate at this point. Because if you don't think America was built through bloody times and racist times and just horrific times, I don't know what to tell you. It's a fact. We're not lying. Nobody's lying here. Like, we're not blind. You can't be blind to that. Now, is America one of the dopest countries ever? Yeah. Do we have the most rights? Yeah. But were there issues and are there issues? Yeah. Like, the question is, how do we teach this without alienating people? Because to say to a 10-year-old white kid that the color of his skin is the reason people with the same color of his skin a long time ago, and even to this day, still do crazy stuff, right? That he's automatically that. You can't blame Timothy for that. You can't do that. That ain't Timothy's problem. Timothy never owned no slaves. Sure, did his ancestors? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. So you can't blame Timothy for that and alienate him or make him feel guilty for being white. You gotta give Timothy the chance to do something, right? Same way you tell Tyrone and Jose, well, let's start with Tyrone. You can't tell Tyrone, yo, bro, your ancestors were slaves. The man's gonna hold you down. You might as well just give up. Like, you're never gonna get anywhere because the white man's gonna hold you down. Like, you can't do that. And you can't tell Jose, like, look, fam, you an immigrant. You're going to get here. You can't get no job. And if you do, it's off the books, even though you're going to pay taxes still with a fake social. You're going to pay taxes, but get none of the benefits. You can't do any of that. Or you shouldn't do any of that. But in the same sense, you should be able to tell all of them the facts. And if you are busy telling a kid what his, like, almost in a blameful way, and or passing guilt to him, or telling one kid that he's not going to be able to progress in life because of who he is and what he looks like, it's going to have long lasting effects. And it's going to make people, you're trying to solve an issue by creating another issue that necessarily isn't really there in their minds. In their young minds, they never thought about it like that. I do get the point where you're trying to teach the history and the facts of this country and other countries, let's just say the world, from long time ago till now and what happened. I feel that there should be, you have to express all of that, lay out the facts, and then also lay out the consequences of said actions put into play these actions. And these actions led to this, and that led to this, and this is where we are now. Us as people, how do we fix that, or how do we not repeat the same mistakes that humans made? That is the thing. So if you're busy teaching people a weird way, so I don't know if I'm for or against critical race theory right now. I've been having this self debate for a while. I don't know, right? Like, if racism and I'm not even gonna take that back, racism, because we can go on to everything, right? Whether it be racism, sexism, whatever, any ism you want to put on it. There's a way that has to be taught and debated, and so we don't repeat it again. But I'm for teaching the facts. Facts are facts, right? But like my homie Kiefer first said, even facts can change. Like today, the sky is blue until we find out that it's really not blue. 50 years from now, it's actually white. The only reason it's blue is because the reflection on the water. This is all a made up thing. It's for my point. So even facts can change. But for now, let's teach the facts of slavery. Let's teach the facts of issues with the LGBT community. I could have said that wrong because I don't know the whole letter stuff, right? My bad. But you know, any sexism, any racism, any all that, any ism, like I said, let's figure out a way on how to do that and teach the facts of why it is what it is. But let's just do that. But we can't do it by guilting people. I don't think it's going to work. I don't have the answers. I'm not a school teacher. I don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that there has to be a way to come across with the facts without like force feeding it. Nobody wants to get force fed some things. And yeah, you don't need to force feed people the facts. You just give them the facts. And as humans, they are going to come up with their own ideas, thoughts, and expressions on such facts. Now, if they take those facts and still say, it don't bother me none, hey, that might be that person. right? You could lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink type shit. You gave him the facts. Maybe the way his brain is wired, his or her brain or their brain, whatever, is wired. They're just not going to get it. But you gave them the facts. And the more time I feel like you spend on teaching, if you teach these facts in a forceful way, nobody's going to listen. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to listen to that. So I'm just saying, for those that ain't up on critical race theory, pay attention. Pay attention. Because this is going to be the hottest new thing. Mark my words, June 28th. It's been lingering around for a while, right? But now Trump is out. The Rona, we getting through it. Who's the next boogeyman we going to fight with? What else is going to make one side beef with the other side? What other how else is social media platforms going to get their viewers engaged and get their data collections up? You feel me? Something got to happen. We need people engaged, and violence, well, not violence, but argumentative things is what makes those big platforms money, right? Cat videos don't do it. Soldiers coming home from war and greeting their dogs don't do it. Beef does it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
And they love that. They probably make some of them wars, you feel me? But so yeah, pay attention to that critical race theory. Do your research now before your mind gets flooded with this side and that side, and get your own point of view. And like I said, I get critical race theory. I get the point. I really do get the point. And it has some validity to it. But then it doesn't. That's the thing. I'm up in the air. I'm just saying, do your research so you could make your own opinion. Because watch, I'm telling you now, there's a new boogeyman in town. And this is going to be the new joint. June 28th, episode 45. I'm telling you, this is going to be the new talk for a minute, and in schools and in everything. And it's 50-50. I could go on for a minute on this, right? But I just don't, this is, the reason that I'm up in the air with it is because there are things that some people don't see. That it's like, what do you mean you don't get this? Right? It's because you don't look like us. You just don't get it. And that's cool. But that's why you don't get it. It's understandable why you don't get it. Because you don't look like us. What did Mick Jenkins say? Heads don't look like me. If you live in Carefree, you don't look like us. If you live in Carefree, you don't look like us. You get what I'm saying? So there's things. So yeah, you might not get it. But then at the same time, like I said before, the force feeding of it, you can't alienate somebody. You can't bully them into submission and be like, whether you agree or not, you have to agree. You can't change everybody. You just, like I said, give them the facts and pray to the higher powers that the point you're trying to get across works. You know what I mean? And we all end up in a better place. Will this ever be corrected? I'm usually optimistic about stuff, right? But I'm also a realist. And I feel like as long as there's humans on this earth and there are have and have nots, there will always be differences and there will always be issues when it comes to race, sex, gender, class, societal class, poor, rich, all that. There will always be issues until we end up on some Black Mirror episode where everybody's in a pod in their house, or we genetically make babies where you could pick the color of the eyes of your baby and how tall they are going to be, or how athletic the baby is, or how good looking the baby's going to be, or the IQ level. When it is going to happen, when it gets to that point, then maybe. But even then, there'll be an issue. See? Because guess what? It costs a lot of money. CRISPR. Do your research on CRISPR. It takes a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money to genetically make your baby. So now, 100 years from now, if you see an ugly person walking down the street, you're going to say, that was natural. Because if you were rich, nobody would have genetically modified their baby to look like that. And this ain't I'm saying this is how it's going to be. This ain't personal on ugly or what's not ugly. Because you know how the world is, too woke. They're going to say, oof, that is going to be the new poor rich. Because if you had money, why would you not look like Angelina Jolie? You know what I'm saying? But now if you come out looking like, oof, they'll be like, you poor. So now that's what everybody's going to look like. And maybe so even then there'll be issues. Jesus Christ. What are you going to do? Oh my God. Oh, I thought I had it figured out for a second. So maybe there is no way that we ever end this stuff as long as there's humans. There'll always be beef. As long as there's have and have nots, like I said. There'll always be beef. But, oh no. That's that. That's why I did this solo episode. 1, to give thanks for everybody that been watching. 2, to shout out to my homie Kiefer, my last guest, virtual guest, first virtual episode, number 44. It's out now. Go check it out. Please subscribe to his channel, his Discord, all that. AWOL podcast on Discord as well if you want it. Ain't been posting much, but I'm on it. Shout out to him for helping me. And also, I wanted to throw it out in the air, the thought of doing Cash App, PayPal or whatever, because I got a plan. I'm going to set that up. When it's up, I'll do a whole mission statement. I'll let you know what the plan is. So I'm still planning my work, but when I'm ready to work the plan, hopefully y'all come for the ride with me. And then also to get on this critical race theory, because this is the new boogeyman. So read, do your own research. Please believe half of what you hear. No, my bad. What did that press say? Believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. Believe nothing of what you hear and half of what you see. So even what I said today, believe none of it. Do your own research. And if you saw something, still might be fake. Right? So do that. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. The next episode is going to be dope, too. Previous guest is coming back, I believe, for a third time. I'll wait for that to go down. I don't like throwing it out in the universe until it happens. Feel me? So, yeah, do that. Do all that good stuff. Stay tuned. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with me. It's been fun so far. It's almost probably a year already. Yeah, man, I can't thank y'all enough. This has been amazing. I sat down with some dope people. I appreciate every single one of my guests. I appreciate the future guests. And shout out to the homie Kiefer for hooking me up with this virtual stuff. I'm still learning it, but, you know, hopefully I'm going to have some future guests that are out of state that been trying to get on, that I wanted on, and it's just easier to do. I was against virtual, but that's because I didn't understand it. But shout out to him. I understand it a little better now. So hopefully some dope content's going to come out. Yeah, so stay tuned. And in the words of my homie, don't be a dick. Just be cool. You know what I'm saying? And we out of here. Peace.